Hello, 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 ladies, gents, boys, girls, welcome along to an unusual Friday night live stream. Yes, currently this weekend they are hosting a weekly race on Le Mans Ultimate, which is a 2.4 hours at the Le Mans Circuit de la Sarve, and obviously with the Le Mans 24 hours coming up in just a couple of, well, actually, no, next week, not this weekend, next weekend, so not far away. I thought it'd be fitting to do the race, and as I had a free evening and work's very, very busy at the moment, I thought I'd take a little bit of a break away from work to do some driving and some racing. I also didn't get around to doing the video because of, well, that I wanted to do this week, partly because Le Mans Ultimate released an update during the week yesterday, and my video was going to be update related, not to the update, but a general, this is what I'd like to see from the Le Mans Ultimate improved in the future. And obviously it then got announced that there was an update coming, so I thought, okay, I'll hold off from doing the commentary on that video. And yeah, we then got the little video teasing as to what was going to be in said update, and it was a fairly small one, but there's some nice changes in there. So I thought, as the next actual proper update will be, they said in a month's time, at this point in July, I thought I'd kind of hold off from doing a video this week and spend my evenings actually doing some work, trying to help things out with that, on that side of things, for future things. I'm being very wishy-washy with the details because obviously I can't go into too much. But either way, I thought I'd take this evening to do this race, this 2.4 hour on Le Mans. So thanks very much for tuning in. It's good to see you here, Kim, and also Thomas as well. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying the LMP3 racing. We're going to be doing something a little bit different tonight. We are going to be in the LMP2, the ELMS LMP2. Glad to see you in the race. I saw Platinum 1, but he ain't registered. Well, blimey. I'm very glad that there isn't a Platinum 1 in here, and that I'm a gold. I'll probably end up being in Split 1, so I'll be up against some very, very quick drivers. I think I saw Alex Cascatau in the practice session, so I imagine that he's going to be in here. Hey, 90 Tires, good to see you. How are you doing? Thank you very much for the well wishes. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a good competitive split. We can have ourselves a good race. Pace looks okay. I've done about 20-25 minutes of practice prior to this. Thankfully I did have a setup that I had left over from previous races earlier on in the online championship, so that was nice, just able to basically jump straight in the car and get turning some laps, get myself familiar with the car as quickly as I possibly can. We are just loading into the race server. The splits have finally been allocated, so we're just loading in. It's set on 0%. Here we go, we're coming in now, so we're in split 1 of 10. Looks like there's 0% chance of rain, which is good. And yeah, we've got a practice session here. So bear with me 1 second, let's quickly go and load up a setup that I'm going to be running, and then I have to figure out how much fuel I'm going to need for this. We have 12-minute qualifying, so we can get 4 laps in. So we need about that at least, plus the outlap. So we should go with about that much. Right, let's go ahead and bring up the game, everything up. Yeah. There we go. For a second there, the webcam didn't come up. It's because I was debating on whether to live stream this or whether to make this into a video. I thought I'll live stream it. It's probably the best thing, the easiest way. Oh yeah, we got some very fast drivers. Henrik Gamble's in here. Let's go ahead on just the LMP2 class so we can see Smaller's in here. Koenig. Driver I recognise. Koval's a driver that I recognise. So yeah, a few drivers in here that it's going to make life difficult. Obviously, all going to be very, very quick. Kind of gold, high, silver 3s. So this should be interesting. We've got 17 LMP2s, 15 LMP3s, 30 GT3s. Always nice to have quite a bit of traffic. It's fun to have that little bit of traffic interference. And it's nice to see some people using the new LMP3 that dropped with the update as well. Hey, buddy. Good morning to you as well. Hope you're doing good. Hope you got a good weekend lined up for yourself. Just having a look through the list of drivers in LMP3, and there's a few names in here that I recognise, but not a huge number of... I don't want to say fast drivers and not fast drivers, because obviously I race in online championships, but there's only a portion of the entire LMU player base that plays in the online championship modes. And obviously LMP3s do exist, or LMP3 events do exist outside of the online championships. So so they may be very, very quick. Why is Gibbo upset with me? Is it because I didn't get Banani? Very briefly, working 23 minutes, doing majors 24 on the Porsche 963 GTP. Very nice. Is Gibbo in the LMP3? He is. Yep. Good old Gibbo. Shame. Had I known that he was going LMP3, I might have considered it a bit more than I actually did. I did think about doing the LMP3, and I thought, nah, let's go with LMP2 instead, something a little bit different, because there were meant to be a couple of LMP2 races that I was meant to do in the last couple of weeks, which I missed out on. One of them I was away, and then the other one I think I was just busy and couldn't be asked. So, yeah, I thought not. Oh, interesting. Tyres. Only 10. All right. Flipping over into the practice, from the practice session into qualifying. Let's see how far off Gamble we actually end up being. I'm expecting a second and a half. One of the other things I'm doing in this race as well is testing out the new Simagic Mag-4. So I do have one. I do have one of the new Simagic Zeus wheels. They sent one through to me. I've got the Zeus GT. They did say they were sending me the Zeus Sport, but they've actually sent the Zeus GT, and I've taken the dash off of it and chucked onto the Evo wheelbase that I'm using to try it out, and using the GT Neo steering wheel that I have been using since I received the product. So you guys obviously won't see it, but I can see the dash, and just trying out little different things with it and seeing what it's like. Seeing how reliable it is over a longer play session, because at the moment the only testing that I've done with it is like half hour prior to tonight, just to kind of see what a couple of the display pages are like, what sort of data gets transmitted through them, and just making sure that the overall the product works. So you're semi-jealous? Yeah, it's a pretty cool, neat little thing. Quite a bit of controversy surrounding it, which when I do a video on it I will be covering that, because I do very much echo the thoughts of the community. Simagic have altered their tack with it, because previously the Airlink, which connects the dash to the PC and relays all the data, was sold as a separate product, which I didn't agree with. I think if you're purchasing the Simagic Dash 4, you should get either the Airlink or the MagLink Pro bundled in with it for free, and you choose which one of the two that you want. Obviously, sell the Airlink and the MagLink Pros as a separate accessory as well for those who say if you go the Airlink first and then you decide actually no, I want to use the MagLink Pro, then obviously yeah, pay for that as a separate accessory, vice versa. But the Dash should have things that come connected or allow you to connect to the PC outside of the Zeus wheels, included in the price. But yeah, thankfully they have changed it, and they have now actually bundled the Airlink included in the price with the Dash, which is a good step in the right direction. I don't think it's completely solved the people's hesitancy around it. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what it's going to be like over a longer period of time, and also testing it out on SimHub as well. It's not a program that I've really delved into or used, but obviously I know that you can create dashes from that, so being able to customize what actually appears on the dash and testing that out, I'll need to do that for the video as well, which would be pretty cool. But I will say I'm actually impressed with the lineup of dashes that Simagic have provided within their own SimPro software for it. It's there's a lot of variety in there. There's a good 15, 16 odd dashes, and they cover the majority of like hypercars, Formula 1, LMP2, LMP3, a number of the GT cars, some kind of more general road going sort of style dashes, Formula C. So they've and some of like the more classic sort of style dashes that you've seen over the past in various cockpit cars and steering wheels. So it's quite good offering, and then you can load up like 6 of the dashes onto the Magic Dash, and then freely switch between them just at a swipe of a finger, as it is a touchscreen. But obviously you don't want to be doing that in race, but it makes it very, very convenient if you go hopping from car to car. You don't have to go into the software itself to go and select the other dash. You can just do it from the actual dash itself, which is pretty cool. And yeah, as we're driving this LMP2, we have the LMP2 dash up on the Magic Dash. So what you see on the steering wheel is basically what I'm seeing on the dash. There is some slight differences, like I actually see tyre temperatures on here rather than tyre pressures, which is quite nice. No, sorry, tyre temperature instead of brake pressure, brake temperature. And then, actually, what are those numbers? They might be tyre pressure and PSI. It's like, why is it like 22.7 and 22.5 and things like that? It's like, right? But they are increasing. But yeah, there'll be tyre pressure in PSI, whereas it's bar or kPa here in the in-game. Either way, we are qualifying. We have started our laps. We are on the first here. So a bit of a banker lap. Yep, exactly, Woody. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's see what pace we have in comparison to everyone else. I am a little bit fearful now that I'm in gold that any bad races, I'm just going to end up losing rating. Thankfully, we have eked ourselves a little bit deeper into gold 1, so we do have a little bit of protection there, but it does now mean that I'm kind of expected to be finishing much higher up in the ratings. Hey Christian! Hello, hello. Oh, your message has been retracted. Interesting. So there's nothing wrong with a hello. Right, as per usual, I may have actually overfilled on fuel. Let's see by the end. We may have... Yeah, I think we have enough time for 2 more laps, but not 3 more laps. So yeah, I've cocked up a little bit there. Hey Charles, what? Are you not racing this? I thought you were racing this. Wrong account. Ah. Makes sense. You were signed up, yeah. That's a little deep. Tires are still not quite fully there. They're over 60, so there is good grip, but it's not amazing. But yeah, I saw you were signed up in the Corvette GT3. Alright, let's improve on our laps here. Last time around, I was talking a little bit, so not quite fully 100% concentrating. Ah, that sucks. I would have thought that timer should be there whilst the event is ongoing. If you go into the weekly races, do you still see that 7 o'clock slot there? Maybe try that way. Doing terrible here with my lines. Should be quite a bit wider on the entry there. So yeah, quite a few of the names that I'm seeing in LMP2 are obviously drivers who do drive the LMP2 quite a lot, so they're going to be very familiar with the car, whereas I'm not quite as custom climatized to it, having driven mainly the LMP3 in the ELMS series. So at a slight disadvantage there, but I'll be intrigued to see where we do stack up in comparison to the rest of the field. Ah, that's a real shame. And yeah, we'll certainly be locking in for that final one. Especially as tyres will be nicely up to temperature at that point. Woody, when's the majors? 24 hours in iRacing. Is that this weekend or the weekend after the real 24 hours? Yeah, Richie and Gamble are gonna run away with this. Not the best of final chicanes there, but okay. Right, let's not send her in deep this time into this first chicane. That's much better. That bump on the inside is much smoother on this version of the track. It's still there, but it's not as sharp and game-like. Tomorrow. Okay, nice. So it is this weekend. Very small. Second. Jeez. So even he's quick. Gamble's done. Gamble's down now in 6th. Alright, Woody. Take care, mate. I'll catch you some point in the near future, I'm sure. And yeah, enjoy watching this back when you do get round to it. Best of luck for tomorrow with the majors. Go smooth and get another podium, ideally a win. Oh, that was even worse than last time. Gonna drive Hypercar again anytime soon? Maybe. I don't know. I'm umming and ahhing as to what to do in the next online championship, because I'm going to drop down to only one race a week, because expecting a baby girl during the season. So obviously I don't want to be committing myself to two championships and not have enough quality time. I won't be doing GT3. I'll be doing something that I'm very, very familiar with. So I'm leaning towards doing the LMP3 and the ELMS series again. I'm racing on the Monday evenings. Because then I know what the cars are like. I have a whole bunch of setups for the car. I don't need to worry about that, and just effectively practice a little bit for each race rather than trying to build setups and whatnot and then being uncompetitive. So offline. It's an improvement, but it's not good enough. Damn. Well, that could have been a lot better, but never mind. Alright. Yeah, now the question is, what do we do in terms of trial strategy? I know what I'm doing in terms of fuel strategy. Tires. Big question. So fresh. Yeah, fresh. Not so fresh. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Although we do have two spare tires. Yeah, so we've got two spare. Should we need them. Or we are all but last. There's two people behind us. Which is fine. Makes it more fun working our way through the field and trying to dodge all the chaos and traffic, so yeah. Hopefully we can have a nice clean start, avoid any chaos.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Right. Oh, full day and night cycle. Interesting. Right, we are full fuel. We're on brand new tyres. So we should be all good. And we are doing that and that. And that. Alright, yeah, we do have two people behind us. And 55 FPS. Lovely. It does seem like the vibrations are a lot less of an issue since the update. I did notice that in the patch notes, that was one of the changes. And obviously the LMP2 tyres have also been altered as well. They shouldn't overheat quite as badly after the spins and kind of get into that horrible tyre temperature bug that they have, the tyre pressure bug, where it just continues to rise and rise and rise after any sort of spin. So this is going to be our first time properly investigating that to see whether they have actually fixed it or not. I imagine that they have. I imagine they've probably done quite a fair bit of testing to make sure that that is no longer happening. But obviously, the game being out in the wild, you never know what may happen. Only the tyre heating is still an issue. Okay, interesting. I have to keep an eye out for that then. Very much for the heads up. 90. The only thing, shall I say, with this bit is it's quite a long trundle to start finish, but then again, it's not the whole formation lap, is it? Quite good. Interestingly, I can actually see how much my tyres are dropping in temperature. So the fronts have lost 5 degrees already from their 50 degrees that they start at. So they do lose some heat doing this on the opening laps. Stop the music because very soon we will be going with the green. Don't need to be getting into another song. Doing this doesn't seem to be helping too much with the heat. It is increasing the pressures. Alright, here we go. Getting ourselves ready now. This green is probably going to go right as we're coming off the exit here, which I don't want.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go. Not too bad. Decent reaction to the lights. I want visibility. So this looks like a recipe for disaster, but at the moment everything is all good and smooth for the most part. Hold it around the outside there. In another position here. And they did get royally screwed over there by the LMP2 shifting it down the inside of him. Going through Tete Rouge. Just let ourselves back in. Thought about it. Hey Tony. Using SimHub or SimPro? Using SimPro, Mr. Benclean. Right, we do need a fuel save here in this stint. In fact, all of them apart from the last one, so... That's... lights flickering. For a moment there, I thought it was flashing the lights at me. Perhaps in an apologetic way, because that was... bit of a dive to the inside there. Bit too much curb on the inside. But for now, holding on to P15. Bugger off. It's not an overtaken spot. You're gonna get your nose chopped off all day long there. Alright, we survived that first lap. Fast, frantic action here in the LMP2s. How did we do? Badly on the fuel, but then again it is the first lap of the race. Going from a standstill, very, very slow with other cars around, so you do naturally use more fuel because of that. Problem is, when all these cars are this close together, fighting away like this, it makes it very, very difficult to kind of pass and work your way through. Obviously you can if you've got the pace, but if you're fuel saving, you just leave yourself very, very vulnerable to ascend. That's a spinning car. It looked like a spinning car. But there was contact between two people. That worked out nicely there. Slipstreaming the right person to leave myself with good room coming into that braking zone and not have to worry about them contesting my position too hard. Now we're starting to build a gap to them as well as they're side by side, so this is even better. Big lift there through the middle of the Porsche curves, just to try and help fuel safe a little bit easier. Very, very scruffy though, that chicane. That was not good. 5.91 on the last lap, so that's very, very good. Hello, boys. Flying in on the radar there. Hey, old monkey. How's it going, mate? Oh, dear. It's someone dead in the wall. Is that an LMP2? Yes, it is. Okay, they're not dead. They are rejoining. But that was someone in the wall. So that's a nice, lovely freebie. I'll take that. Don't know if this guy behind me is fuel saving or not. Seems to close up a lot in each of the braking zones. Oh, that's yeah, that's them out of the race. Very unfortunate. Getting ever closer to the top 10 again. I say again, we weren't anywhere near it really previously. Or at any point throughout this event so far. Too much curb there on the inside. Scruffy. Oh, someone straight across the chicane there. That was much better that time. Still curb surfing a little bit on the exit, but overall better. Again, another lap, that was good. Fuel saving. We probably don't need to be fuel saving quite as hard as we are. Yes, please do smash that like button. Get an extra 5 fake virtual non-existent horsepower, but it's appreciated nonetheless. On the upcoming tracks. What upcoming tracks? We don't know what circuits are coming. I'm going to assume, though, that it's going to be the Asian Le Mans series is what we'll be getting next. I'll be very, very happy if it is IMSA, but I'm doubting it will be. But yeah, the Asian Le Mans series seems to be like the next best fit, and that'll be really, really cool because we'll get circuits like China, I think. I think they maybe do Suzuka, hopefully Sepang, Malaysia. That'll be an awesome circuit to get. Ooh, people in front having wiggles. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. If we do get IMSA, I reckon it'll be obviously Daytona 24 hours. We've already got Sebring. Road America would be a good one to get, as would Road Atlanta. Laguna Seca would be pretty cool, but it's a bit of a tricky circuit to overtake on. Good fun to drive, just in these sorts of cars and the hypercars, it's a tricky track to overtake on. Long Beach would be really, really cool. We don't have a street circuit yet here in Le Mans Ultimate, so that'll be really nice, and that does work with hypercars. So yeah, I'd be curious as to see what sort of licenses we get in the future. Pushing that outside tyre a little bit too hard. American circuits. Yeah, people will speculate American circuits because the tie between Daytona and Le Mans. So the first chicane in the on the Mulsanne straight here is now known as the Daytona chicane, and the bus stop at Daytona is now known as the Le Mans chicane. So there is a link between the two, and obviously Daytona was written there on the text when Stephen Hood mentioned about watching out for Easter eggs of things that may come in the future, and obviously everyone was like, IMSA, Daytona, ooh, yeah, that would be amazing. It would be really amazing, but IMSA is a slightly different license, and whilst obviously the ACO and IMSA have a very, very close relationship, is another championship which would be a great addition as like a bolt-on to this title, but it does kind of fit the theme of Le Mans, but not 100% fully. Endurance schedule is matching the IMSA calendar, apparently. Ooh. Had not considered that. Interesting. You mean those circuits that they have left as TBC in the endurance calendar? Is that what you're talking about? And I agree, Tony. Road Atlanta is a very, very good circuit. I've enjoyed doing the endurance races that I have done there. That one on iRacing. So it'd be cool to see it accurately represented here as well. Right, we do have a little bit of a dilemma here. We have good pace with these two cars here in front. Pretty equally matched at the moment. Small is 6 seconds up the road ahead of these guys, so if we were to push and overtake them and get in front of them... Sorry, that wasn't meant to be a move, you just kind of caught me out a little bit there under braking. Scruffy. Yeah, I screwed myself over that. So this guy's now going to slip on past. Not really anything I could do about it. So we'll let him go. We'll let him go for the GT3. We will just about sneak through as well. Jesus Christ. A little surprised that the GT3 did turn in there. But we're good. And I've now dropped off a little bit off the back of the cars in front, so let's try and close that gap back up again. Fourth of July 2, American link there. See, people are clever, tying everything in. I mean, we could be just reading between the lines, some very well drawn out lines it seems, but yeah, we could be connecting the wrong series of dots here. This is kind of the fun that you have as a game designer, is letting players speculate as to what future plans may be. You just have to be careful to not let the speculation spiral too much out of control, to the point that that then becomes expectation and you, I guess, end up on the wrong side of the players and lose their faith and trust, even though you yourself as a developer haven't said anything, and it's purely just been speculation from the players themselves. Right, this is good. We're closing back in on Pale here. Hopefully we can push him to close up in on the two in front and not lose sight of them. I do have to say though, the race leaders have just taken off and disappeared into the distance. 26 seconds to Richie, and then Gamble is a second and a half off the back of them, and then it's a 10-second gap to P3. I mean, you can see it with the track map up there in the top right. Oh, that's the yellow flag. Very, very close to that. That is an apologetic sorry there for scaring Pale in front. We got very, very close to the back of them in the braking zone. That was all my mistake, my own wrongdoing. I think maybe first gear is better there, going through that final chicane, than second. It's pretty close between the two. Oh my god. I was going to lift and let them go, but that they've done that to me, so they have the slipstream for this here straight. Tyre times and pressures don't seem too bad. Bit more tyre wear on the rear, but that doesn't surprise me. It's just kind of always been the way with the LMP2s. It's not as bad as it was because they have adjusted it with this latest patch. But obviously, skinny rear wing here at Le Mans. The car does move around a bit more on the rear in the high-speed turns than you would perhaps like it to. Oh, where are we getting this GT3? We will get it before the braking zone, that's good. Oh. Thank you everyone for avoiding us. It's going a little bit too hot there. Hopefully that's not done too much damage to the tyres. It's done a little bit. Not horrendous, and that's far from ideal for our race, because now we're out of well, the slipstream train, as it were. Just as we were starting to get towards the laps with the GT3s as well. Hopefully though, with some clear air here, we can close back up as we work our way through the traffic. 12 seconds back up to Koval. So we lost a good 10 seconds there with that spin. Yeah, basically 10 seconds lost to the rest of the guys in front. Let's try and close that back up again. Going that way, just because the mound in the middle of the road causes the car to bottom out, and we lose top end speed. So in the name of trying to save every 10th and every 100th that we probably can, we'll take the space that was on the right. I really need to look at my frame rate here in this game and make some tweaks, because 45 FPS is not good. It's surprising because it never used to be like that going back a few months. So I don't know if there's been a patch or update that's made it get worse, or whether it's just clutter on the PC. Alright, we're going outside of this GT3. God, the FPS here is really bad. I imagine you guys are seeing this on the stream as well. 30 FPS. Say that look like an LMP2 in the pits? It is, indeed. Two of them, in fact. Okay, interesting. Yeah, 30 FPS along here. It's not good. Oh my god. That outside rear is not wanting to keep up with the grip of the fronts. So you can stay on that middle verge. That's fine. Oh god. Oh god, latency. Fun. Favorite GT3 car? At the moment, probably either the Ford Mustang or the Aston Martin Vantage GT3. I like front-engined. So based. I like front-engine GT3 cars. I don't get on too well with mid or rear-engined cars, unless they're prototypes. I'm really hoping that my FPS gets better once we get through this traffic. Thank you. Yeah, through here is horrible. Stream looks good. Okay. That's promising. Game doesn't. Oh, we caught that curb. Brushed it like the tiniest little bit, and that was pulled and set the car offline. And again, just not slowing the car down properly. Right, we are through. Right, now please, frame rate, just settle back to an acceptable level. Back up to 50. We are starting to get into the night now. I didn't see anything in the patch notes about improving the night conditions. So let's see if there have been any changes there. I doubt there has been. Uh-oh. Again, that wasn't distracting at all. Didn't get on the brake pedal in the correct manner at all. Was that a back marker, or is that actually a game position? I think it might have been, yeah, game position Pale's now gone to the garage. Alright, we're closing in on the LMP3s now. I want to keep closing in on these guys in front. Try and get nice and close for the pit stops. It'll be interesting to see who's managed to get the that extra lap to go to lap 12. We will be doing that. And then, yeah, with our fuel saving, I wonder how much time that will gain on everyone else in the pit stop. Yeah, sun's definitely setting. We're going into the night here. Okay. The good thing is P5 is just going through or into the Porsche curves now, so we're not too far out of touch from everyone else. Again, not liking this FPS, but here's what it is. It's one person who hasn't managed to get to lap 12, which is good for us. Here's the new LMP3. It's pretty cool. Nice to see someone giving it a go. Though I did note earlier on that someone was in it. That is a horrid livery for this time of the night. Oh, an MP3 rejoining. Thankfully stays mostly out the way. Yeah, flag up ahead. Was there? No. I'm imagining things. This ain't ideal. Right. The entry. Could have been a lot more aggressive there. Alright, nicely in. They've gone. Someone is right in front of us. And we're wedged right in. Well, at least that was nice and slick, sliding in there. I imagine we are going to get turned here. Alright. Let's see what Stint 2 has in store for us. Oh, Gamble's had a long stop, it seems. Right, that's good. This is good. Come out a lot closer to everyone else in front of us. We've closed up nicely there. Gamble in P8. He's on cold tyres as well. Cold tyres at night is not going to be fun. Obviously, it will be quick once he does get up to speed. It's nice to see P4's only going into the chicane now. So yeah, a lot closer to the cars in front than I was expecting. And if we didn't have that spin... Where are we? Okay. If we didn't have that spin, we could potentially be in P4 right now. Which is quite surprising. If not, in and around P4, 5, and 6. The three of them are all together. Right, Gamble is slowing these two down quite nicely. What would be great is if we could pass these two guys fairly quick, get onto the back of Gamble, and then keep with him as he starts to chase down the cars in front. It's going to be a very difficult task considering Henrik's pace, sorry. And the fact that I've got to overtake two cars to do that. And he is on fresher tyres as well, that once warm up will have better grip. Nice, lovely slipstream here, though. Although we're not going to be close enough to make a move. into the chicane. Nor was our exit quite as tidy as I would have liked it to have been. That's better. Got a little bit of momentum here. Come on, give me suck. Not close enough. Right, back to LMP3s again. Oh, it's getting awkward. Very awkward. Jesus, what are the LMP3 and GT3 doing? Right, now we've got a good run. And let's go there. I think it knows that we've got better pace. So thank you for that. See if we can close in on the car in front. Oh, are they going to clear the traffic? No. You're going to get hindered by it coming into the chicane. Only slightly though. Again, just backing in the rear into the corner more than I want to be. Ten seconds to P4 still. Oh, that's a slow GT3. Oh. Oh. Right. 1.2 seconds. Car in front. Make that closer. No? Okay. Talk about going off track and gaining an advantage there. Feels like I'm overslowing a little bit for a lot of these corners, but at the moment I don't really have the confidence in the rear tyres. Do feel like they are sliding a little bit more than I'd like them to be. Okay. For some reason getting well out of the way there. Right, we need a good push curves here. Try and push through them a little bit, even though, well, we've got GT3s in front, so it's going to be difficult to do. But I feel like I need to build some temperature back into the tyres again, because they're in the 60s, low 70s. But we are catching GT3s at the wrong time. Oh, that's someone dead. LMP3. This frame rate through here is horrible. It makes it so much more difficult to be hard and precise. Or accurate and precise, sorry. Le Mans traffic things. Sounds a bit better. Still an hour and a half to go, or an hour and 25 minutes. Hey, 1MR. How's it going? Always left that late with that GT3. Now's a better, more full push Porsche curves. Try and get some of that temperature back in the tyres. There we go, back in the low 70s, high 60s. It's a good 5 degrees or so higher than it was a couple of laps ago. Working out nicely. Closing in, picking up the slipstream of the car in front. Can't wait to get back racing. How long do you have to wait? Can you not get back into it sooner? Few months. Oh no, how come? Is it work? Ah, need new wheel. Fair enough. I was gonna say, is it work, hardware, or medical reasons? Oh my god. We got lucky there. if that inside curb is anything like how it was in the 2025 version, hitting the very front edge, the start of the curb, is pretty much deadly in high downforce cars. Oh my god, I keep rushing that curb and it keeps almost sending me. It will do at some point. Going to get held here in Tetra Rouge. Lovely. Split in the GT3. Around the outside. Can we make the move stick? Yes, we can. Lovely. Oh, that worked very, very nicely there. Struggling with an old G29 and then all buttons died. Ah, that's really unfortunate. What new wheel are you getting? Hello. So that's recipe for outbreaking and stuff there. Simagic Evo 9 Newton meters, lovely. The Evo Sport. It's good wheel. I'm running the Evo Ultra at the moment. GT Neo Wheel start. That's also what I'm running right now. So mine's been rock solid for me as well. Is that GT3 still parked there? Yes, it is. Just retire, man. Go back to the garage. Which pedals to get? I'm running the P1000s. They are very good. I would recommend running the stiffer springs that come in the brake performance kit for it, and if you have access to a 3D printer, also printing some 3D washers to go along the metal rod that sits inside the brake cylinder, and also tucks into the insides of the springs themselves, just to stop them from moving around inside the compartment. It reduces the load cell drift and generally improves braking consistency over a longer period of time. Reduces the squeaking as well that some users have been reporting, but I think there has been a slight revision to the P1000s that Simagic have made from what I've seen on Reddit as of late, I think. But yeah, I'm very happy and impressed with them. Say that's only the only two issues that I've kind of experienced. That's a lot of curb. Thinking about some Plus X pedals. Yeah, seen them starting to pop up a lot more. Oh, P5 and 6 are fighting. Change of position. Gap down to 5 seconds now between us and them. This is good. It's helping us in our pursuit of P5 in the top 5. Oh, accidentally double shift. Oh, someone's off and dead. Koenig. That 21, we're going to have to check that out in the replay afterwards. Gamble's the one who's in P4. Okay. Sorry, it wasn't Koenig who died. It was Small. Slight bit of oversteer there. Thankfully we got away with it. Here. Slight brush with the wall there. Got away with it though. Oh, this is going to be a Petri Rouge nightmare. Had to lift early. Very deep. Just thrown away half a second. It's not good. Oh my god. Just about managed to slip on through there. Sorry, GT3. Goods into the pits. Alright, everything's set for the pit stop. Just need to pass these two cars. Do it comfortably. We'll try and pop to the loo as well whilst we do this stop. We say we can get all these GT3s before Porsche curves. Here we can. Lovely. we're in. We are all good. There is our box. Alright, BRB. Yeah, back. Perfectly timed. Ooh, we've been jumped by Wojnarowski, I think. Oh yeah, of course. Take the little shortcut. Oh. Come on, Tyres. Up to 10. Let's go. Right, so Bojanowski didn't take tyres. If he did, he only took one side. I don't think he's taken them at all. And they are as I want them. Excellent. Oh, right. Now I can settle back in. That was a much needed wee as well. Oh, come on, Tyres, warm up. It is horrible on a full tank and cold tyres and at 30 FPS as well. Pretty unlucky with the traffic there. Where are we? Mid 50s on the left side. Pretty much low 50s on the right. Getting warmer though. Curious as to what other people are going to be doing in terms of tyre strategy. So I think a bunch of people took tyres in the first stop. They've obviously not taken tyres in this one. So curious as to whether they're going to change any sort of tyres in the final stop. Or just try and go to the end. Right, we need to bring these lap times back down again. Start trying to use that rear tyre a little bit more. So at the moment the balance of the car is quite understeery. 20 seconds off of P4 at the moment. Starting to get somewhere now with the tyres. And the overall pace. Much better lap times than the 3 cars in front of us. Gibbo's just chilling, 28 seconds up the road from P2 in the LMP3 class. Right, this is much better pace. We need to keep this up. Closing in. Oh, he's feeling the pressure. Made a pretty daring move there on that GT3. It's pretty unnecessary. Would have cost them both time. Better balance coming in now. Less understeering than it was before. It's good. Yeah, getting better temperatures in the tyres as well. It's helping things. Much better pace than the cars in front again as well. We need to lift and coast a little bit more though, I think. Yeah, P4's only 11 seconds up the road now. Should be 5 laps that we need at the end. Oh, yellow flag up ahead. There we are. So this is a bit more like it. This is what it was like when we came out of the pit lane. In terms of proximity between us three. Us three cars. Oh my god. Just dip the wheels on the grass there on the outside and that, yeah, broke the tyres loose. Had to catch that one. So that would have been a big off. Thanks, Thomas. See you still there lurking. Oh, you died in Split 3? That's real unfortunate. What class were you in? An MP3. Yeah, that's a shame. Hopefully it was enjoyable up to that point, though. Glad to hear when I'm not. Ah. Driving a Decane. Very nice. Right-hand drive. There's like ride height devices? What LMP3 has ride height devices? And then saw the brackets Decane. I was like, ah, that makes sense. Right-hand drive. Right, we're pitching Primavera. No lock up, please. Felt that slightly in the brake pedal. Or two GT3s up in front, looks like they're fighting. Indeed they are. Just about managed to get away through that unscathed. Very, very close, very touch and go. LMP2 treating you. Kind of wet spec, but EMS is something that I can't read right now as we have to dodge cars spinning off left, right and centre. That is a freebie. Lap 31. Must remember that. I'm enjoying the ELMS LMP2. It is very fast and frantic in places at times, but it's great fun. Especially when you get good setups for it as well. Right, P4. 10 seconds up the road. People have been pitting. What can we do about Koenig in front? Oh, we are well away from the apex there. Looks like Smalls retired in the race. 30 minutes remaining. That's not a good Indianapolis. A little bit hot there in the apex. Well, Richie is very, very quick. Gamble has changed tyres. And the other guys, I don't know if they have or not. But he does seem to be out of sequence from everyone else. I probably could have and should have gone there. Well, there's a bit of a move there on the GT3. Forceful from both of us. Sorry, the LMP3. Yeah, either not enough coffee or enough Weetabix. Koenig's holding us up here. It seems like he's really pushing tyres. So that's going to help us out later on in the race, that's for sure. We're in a pretty good spot still at the moment. Well, I'll be able to pull that one back in quite a bit. Oh. Beef between GT3s? Oh no, it was an LMP3. I've got to follow him through. Probably could have waited, but I think following him through was the best option there. This is a good run. Through we go. Right, let's see if we can hunt down Primavera in front now. Just got to try and hold Koenig off here. Excellent. He's at a compromised Mulsanne corner. That's going to work perfectly for us. Start building a gap straight away. Release the pressure off of me. Now I can focus on hunting down P4 in front. Right, I should get these two GT3s. Probably not the one in P5. That's worked out beautifully for us and building a gap to the car behind. Beautiful. Oh. A bit on the nose in places there, but still all good. Right, P4's into the pits. This is good for us. They're pitting early. There's cars everywhere. What is going on? Okay, P4 is not in the pit lane. He has lost a ton of time though. Hello, hello. Lurking whilst putting the kid to bed, locking in for the final 20 or so. Ah, good. Joined in at the right time then. These things are about to get interesting. Alright, ladies and gents. Coming through. Thank you for realising. How are we doing with strategy? Do you have 1 or 2 laps? Save more compared to front runners. So I think P4 is going to be the best that we can get tonight. We are not going to be changing tyres. We are literally just splashing for fuel. So that puts us in a good position, but I don't know what the situation is with the other cars who have already pitted. Bike Off has done fuel only. So that might be close there. So yeah, it's going to be tricky. Going to be close. How come you didn't fuel to the end? Well, doing 3 stints at 12 and then 5 lap splash and dash at the end. I wasn't going to be able to... Well, I was taking a full tank each time. And then... kind of saving a lap, but not really saving a lap. Or doing the minimal amount of fuel saving that was needed to get that extra lap. I've got this guy. That much I know. It's just other people who have taken their final stop early. How are we doing in comparison to them? That's the big question. Normal fuel consumption. It's just how the stints divide up with regular fuel load. So it's only this is the LMP2, so we've only got a 75-litre tank. I think it's Bigwood is the one that we're going to be competing with and close to when coming out the pit lane. Wojnarowski will be pitting on this lap with us. A little deep. Pretty much perfect pit entry. think. I've not tried the air dash, no. Understeering compared to the others. Solid on curbs. Interesting. Alright, let's see where we come out. It's going to be close between the good and I. Very close. Two and a half seconds. Alright, time to push. Fill that gap. We did have a pace advantage over them earlier on. This is not worked out with this LMP3. So we lost some time there. Now we just crack on to the finish. Tyres in a good spot. Simagic FFB settings, sure. I'll post screenshots of them in my Discord. Link to that should be down in the description below. Currently got a constant yellow flag on my Magi Dash. No problem. Alright, gap starting to build already. This is good. Ten minutes remaining. do a small amount of lift and coast just to make sure that we are all good on fuel. We've got 0.2 laps worth in hand. So we should be good. Steady. The LMP2 does certainly feel a lot more manageable than it did previously after slip and slides. Thankfully the ones that I have had haven't actually been too bad. Obviously we had the spin earlier on in that first stint which set us back 10 seconds, but it was slow speed in that corner that we just went through just there. And I was able to 180 the car on the gravel. We're good. There's already next online championship schedule. EMS is on Monday and Wednesday. Yep. I'm thinking of doing the LMP2 in ELMS on the Mondays and be streaming that. Okay. You want to challenge Jardier and Gamble? It'll be good fun to get some good races with them. I doubt I'll be on their pace, but it's nice to be pushed and be able to compare against drivers like them. So it'll be good to do it. The only thing is, we're having a little baby next month, so the amount of time that I'll be able to dedicate to racing will be reduced quite substantially. Oh. Beef with the two cars behind. Oh. And a spinning LMP2 in front of us. Primavera and Koenig exchanging words in chat. Indeed, Luca. It's the ELMS version of the LMP2. I say, P1 and 2 have both done 326s, which would be absolutely ridiculous in the WEC LMP2. I mean, even in the ELMS LMP2, it's pretty ridiculous. I thought I was leaving enough room there. Maybe not. Alright, one more lap. Thank you for staying green. I'm an idiot. Yeah, race done. I am an idiot. I am an absolute tool. Why did I throw that away in the pursuit of a faster lap? Oh, this is so not predictable. I should have had P4 in the back there. No one to blame but myself. Oh. All the pain and regret. All that hard work just to throw it away on the last bloody lap. So no one come near me. Oh. Classic LMP2. No! Stupid Yorkie. Bloody bottle job that I am. Might even lose P10. Stupid. I'm so dumb. Actually, no, I'm not going to lose P10, am I? Because the guy behind has already crossed the line. It is. It is. So very true, Dort. Oh, that would have been a nice, lovely start. Another top 5. Probably would have built on the gold rating that I have. Whereas now, it's probably going to disappear. Trying to obviously make sure I get back to the end of the race, and hopefully we do so before any sort of end of race timer. Oh. It's like the car naturally wants to go into the corners, not really having to turn the wheel to say where I want to go. There we go, across the line. That was not a decent top 10 finish. It would have been. But it's not. I'm an idiot. Idiot, 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 idiot. I'm an idiot. We are indeed guaranteed P9. You use your bad luck for this online championship, you'll be flying. Not into the wall, yeah. Such a good race up to that point as well. The racing sometimes just doesn't work out. Well, it should have worked out. That was just me. That was all me. All me, all me, all me. Prematurely typing out a congrats message. Never mind. Never mind, never mind. But yeah, we had good pace. That should have been an easy P4. Fastest lap was a 3:28.163, which is on par with P3, and we're closing in on them in that last stint as well. Obviously, I reckon I was on fresher tyres, so they were probably on old tyres. But yeah, can't believe I chucked that one. Alright, let's take a look, see how much rating I've lost. Annoyingly, that probably would have been some gain in the rating. I think that might take a while to sort itself, so we're going to take a quick look at the replay. Can't remember what laps it was that we needed to look at. Obviously, that final lap, a couple of laps before the end, there was some beef between Koenig and Ravenauer. I think that's how you say the name. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Pardon me. So let's see. There was also an incident between Small and Bygood. Yeah, I think lap 26. Somewhere around there. We'll take a look at that. Let's have a look at this disaster of a final lap though. Too much thorough. Too much thorough, too early. Ah. Oh, that's so painful to see. Because if it wasn't for that tyre stack, I probably would have got away with less damage than I did. But because of it, it stopped the car dead. absolutely murdered my rear end. How much steering lock did I have on when I picked up throttle? Way too much. It was just like, it was full lock. Not full lock, but like 90 degrees of steering lock. And then she goes, right, let's take a look at other places. Lap 30. I don't think it was lap 31. I think it was end of lap 31. Oh, yes, end of... You're right. No. So it all kicked off in up here in front. So what happened to Primavera? Because... I thought he was going to the pits. No, he just had a spin. Oh dear. What happened with all this lot? 'Cause it seemed like there was cars everywhere. Sorry. Ooh, defensive. Around the outside, over the curb. Oh dear. Oh dear. Jeez. That was very close. Terrifying. Yep, that was pretty scary. Whoa, it's dark. Here we go. It's LMP3. Slight pinch and pick. Oh, that was, yeah, racing. Oh. And Smalls also getting unlucky with the barrier. He's left room on the inside here for Bygood. And Bygood's tried to hold it tight. It's just he's coming at a very, very tight angle, and it's just resulted in a convergence of lines. I'd probably put that more on Bygood than I would Small. Because I think Small left. He's left valid room, and he's holding a line that matches the radius of the corner. He hasn't obviously accounted for the guy on the inside, but I don't know, it's so very... So probably 65-35% voltage between the two. Both of them could have done something better. Very, very minor between the two. Very close. There was... So towards the end... with Rivera. See if we can find it. I want to try and figure out what happened to Gamble as well. So he lost a whole chunk of time in the first stint, it seems like. Track limits. Well, track limits again. And again. Just about snuck through the GT3. Oh, Koenig lurking on the inside there. Snap of oversteer. Primavera didn't really need to give room there. There wasn't enough of an overlap. Closing up in the braking zone. Nothing wrong there. Here it is, maybe. Oh, a lot of rubbing. Oh, yeah, dumping into the wall. Primavera need to give a bit more room here, which causes the first bit of contact and probably made Koenig go, right, I'm not going to give you too much room coming through this left, and then the two are just leaning on each other all the way through, and then you get this gluing effect when the cars are here, because this guy's trying to turn left, and in doing so is trying to turn the car in front round and its nose, but at the same time this guy's turning left and counteracting that exact motion, so cars just go straight. And yeah, wall. So things close back up again. Holy traffic. I'm expecting Ascent to be somewhere along. Not with the traffic, they're not. Slipstream. Oh. That was late, you can't do that. You've already moved over to defend the inside line. Oh, he's rolled off the brakes. Yeah, both not making the corner. Oh, look! Who's this tool? Ugh. I don't want to be that guy. Oh, this is... Koenig's got it. Oh, shoulder is shaved. Very good. Wish you didn't make me laugh though. Oh! Alright. Let's make Sorry, Koenig. But this makes me feel a little bit better. I'm not the only idiot on the final lap. Like, evidently a lot less damage, but that's one position lost. And it is good from here, I think. Unless it's got significant suspension damage on the end. Which I don't think it does. Yeah, so he's fine. No, they didn't like each other at all. Alright, there's probably a lot more than this. Just about to say, why is Gamble in the pits? Gamble's in the pits because he had finished the race at this point. So Gamble's all very much in touch and distance of... Well, actually, no. Okay. Makes a mistake, picks up damage here on this lap. Let's have a look. So we lose 10 seconds to the car in front. Oh! Okay, no damage, just a lockup. Under braking and then really joining the track. And I think he just took tyres in the pit stop. Way down. What was the gap coming into the pit lane? $18 or so seconds. So he must have picked up damage from somewhere along the line. So he had a really bad, really long pit stop in comparison to Richie. Doing tyres. Yeah. Maybe, but like 50 seconds? Where are we here? On the way down to Marsan Corner. Campbell's going through... No way is that 50 seconds. Is it? Maybe it is. Hang on a second. So we were about 20 odd seconds behind. Change of tyres, 12 seconds. Maybe then. And yeah, at this point, obviously, the difference in tyres with no grip versus tyres with grip kind of makes sense, I guess. Alright, let's take a look at this. Start. Alright, reaction to the lights is fairly good. As was everyone else's. I could see people in front were moving around, so I was like, I want to try and get myself visibility, and then as we're basically at the back of the field here, just being a little bit more cautious. A lot of cars on the left-hand side, so I was thinking that's going to end up in a pile-up, but amazingly, everyone was pretty well behaved. Gave each other space. No incidents or issues there. Oh, excuse me. Koenig there got screwed over. Other guy making that move. Someone did die somewhere along the line. I am sure of it. Got Koenig going for the... not necessarily pass, but going down the inside there. Go on, where is the first spin by someone? That's all I want to look at. I think it might be up here. Yep. Here between these two. This guy started alongside me. Okay, everyone is up in P11. Go for the move down the inside. Takes too much curb, tap. Both curb, tap. I don't want to see Gibbons. He's in the wrong class. He won by a country mile. Alright. That's all I'm going to take a look at in terms of the replays. Go ahead and take a look at the actual final results if the game's not crashing. We're doing okay. Good. Right, results are ready. Let's go take a look, see how much rating we've lost. Are we still gold? We are, thankfully. We are still gold. But yeah, we should have been... should have been there. And I would have gained rating. Had we done it. Still up 6 positions from where we started. Nice. We are literally right on the cusp of gold. So another bad race and we drop back down to silver again. Shame. Still. Good fun. Race contact with barrier 12 times. I don't think I hit the barrier 12 times. I definitely hit it 3 times. I know that much. Twice going through the Porsche curves. And... the limp home. Yes. Of course. Thank you. And then obviously the big one. And then after that there were quite a few taps with the wall. I do remember now. Thank you very much for the reminder there, Tenectus. Alright, well, excuse me. That is tonight's racing action done. 2.4 hours. Le Mans not quite going how it should have ended up finishing off, but still, we maintain gold. That's the main thing. And it was quite an enjoyable race. We had some good pace there throughout that. I just need to get better at qualify higher up the grid, and then utilise my race pace a bit better throughout the actual race to try and convert on a good result in the future. Because, yeah, there could potentially, if I qualified better, may have actually potentially been a podium, considering we seem to have good pace or strategy over the guy who did finish in P3. We're closing up very nicely towards the end. But it's all, as with every sort of race, we do. It's always a question of what if we were there at this time and that sort of thing. It would have played out in a completely different fashion to how it did. So, yeah, that is that for tonight. I'll say it now, there won't be a live stream next week, nor will there be a video next week. I'm not going to have time to do a video, and next week for me is very, very busy between... what are we doing Monday evening? Doing something Monday night. Tuesday and Wednesday are baby class related and things like that in terms of getting ready for when the baby arrives in mid-July. So that's obviously going to be taking an awful lot of focus there. And then I think towards the end of the week I'll be very much focusing on work. So yeah, it's going to be pretty much a week of no content next week. However, the following week the online championships should have started back up again. And if we are doing the ELMS LMP2, we'll be doing the Monday evening racing in that. And yeah, we'll be back with a live stream on that evening, which will be the Monday after Le Mans. So the 15th of June, I think, will be the next time. Either way, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in and supporting with this race. Hopefully you enjoyed the race and chatting along. If you did, give the live stream a like. It'll be very much appreciated. And until the next time, have a good weekend, have fun, have a good week, stay safe, take